Hey, what's up, guys? Week 11 in the books. Coming down to our final week before the playoffs. Big week for some of you guys. Um, let's kind of go over what happened this last week, and then we'll talk about moving forward. Um, Crushing losses right there by Greg, right out the gate. Greg needed this one, and he needs some help from this next week. Unfortunately, his dreams and hopes are out the window. Greg is officially eliminated, holding down the same spot with Osborne, Tillman, and Wes. All you guys are going to be able to say that you're out, so no stress about this next week for you guys. On the bubble, big time on the bubble, boys. Mitch is on the bubble. Barrett, runner up last year, you're on the bubble. And the biggest bubble of them all, Chris Solis, is on the bubble. Um, Here's the scenario. I got two teams at 5 and 6 with Mitch and Barrett, and we got Solis sitting here at 4 6 and 1. This is pretty much a long shot. Basically, as it stands right now, Mitch is actually the 6th seed. If Mitch wins and he outscores Barrett, he's going to be that 6th seed. He's going to be in the playoffs. If Barrett wins and he outscores Mitch in the points for category, he's going to be the 6th seed. But if Mitch and Barrett both lose, Solis wins, he's going to be that 6th seed, which is pretty much of a long shot. But I guess anything's possible at this point. Let's see. Let's look for this next week, week 12. I already talked about those matchups. I'm gonna kind of skim through these because there's only a couple we need to even worry about. I'm going up against Greg this week. I'm like 99% sure I'm going to lose. I've got half a team on a bye, quarterback that's hurt. If I threw out my lineup right now, I'd have 6 players before my waivers pick up, and I don't even know who I'm going to get off waivers. So I'm going to go ahead and chalk this one up to Greg. There you go, bro. You got that win at the end of the season. That way you can ride high into the losers brackets playoff. Keith versus James. Funny thing is, Keith could have rolled over weeks ago because we know his team is pretty much garbage. But he hasn't. I'm proud of you. He's hanging in there, and James needs this one bad, but Keith gets to play spoiler this week. Right now, projections are showing in favor of Keith just slightly. It's going to be a pretty close one. Honestly, it really depends on how Reggie Bush does and Colin Kaepernick, who's been kind of sucking balls as of lately. Good pick, James. Good way to stick by your Niners, even though they kind of suck. I'm gonna. God, this one's gonna be close. This is pretty much a toss-up. I'm thinking Keith's gonna win this one just barely, but anything can happen. James could squeak in there at the 6th seed and then make a run to the finals just like last year. That's how his luck usually is. Going on the next one, I think I'm going to leave that one for last. Festash Mania, Wes against Latin Killers, Chris Elise. I don't even know if Wes is even playing anymore. That's usually how he goes. He acts like he's really good, and then he's not, and I don't even know if he's even around anymore. Like I said last week, you might want to think about keeping that trophy, bud. Keeping that loser's trophy. So this one should be pretty much a cakewalk for Solis. Now he's just going to have to win, sit and wait, and hopefully 2 guys in front of him fall. Zimmerman's defense against fantasy is all luck. The only thing at stake here, other than pride, losing to Osborne, is going to be some seeding issues for John. Where does he want to sit at? Does he want to be the 3? Does he want to be the 4? Does he want to be the 5? Or does he want to be the 6? As crazy as it is to sound, he could be 3, 4, 5, and 6. Actually, no, I'm sorry. Bring that back. You can't be 3 seed because Fish, I'm pretty sure she has that one locked up. So 4, 5, or 6. Which one do you want, bud? 4, 5, or 6? 4 and 5. You're gonna be coming to see me. I hope you're ready for that. I don't think you are, but you're gonna say you are. So I just think about that 6 seed, which is looking pretty good at this point. This one should be a steamroll. John should win unless he chooses to go for a lower seed. Like I said, Osborne's team is not very good, and John's team is putting it together as of late. Morning Woodhead against Umberto, it means Shark. This one's actually a pretty good matchup because I feel like this could be a playoff preview. Projections are pretty low right now. If I had to go based off of what I'm looking at, I'd probably say Nate's going to win this one. But anything could happen. Like I said, just kind of keep the heads up. I would not be surprised when we go into the second round of playoffs. That's the 2-3 matchup we're looking at between Fish and Nate, which would actually be a really good matchup between last year's winner and this year's biggest surprise. The one I left for last, your matchup of the week, it's going to be Rally Cap killing everybody, the stupidest name in fantasy football. Mitchell Dead Money McKee versus Corn on the Cob John Ostad. Ostad's been kind of making a run as of late, and Mitch has only been running his mouth. We'll see what happens here. Mitch loses, you can pretty much say goodbye. I'll say I told you so, and I'll say thanks for that $100, bud. I'm gonna get something to look at the matchup real quick. It really depends on Manning does in New England. He doesn't really play very well in Foxborough. I'm hoping that's different, this year. Obviously, he's got some bum ankles. He only threw one touchdown against Kansas City, who has a better defense. I see him bouncing back. He's probably going to get 275, 2 touchdowns, something around in that neighborhood. If I don't think he's going to start Brady. I honestly think Ostad's going to start Romo. That's what I would be doing, but don't take that from me. So we'll see who he starts, either between Brady or Romo. Could be a pretty close matchup. Favors are going right now towards Ostad, and I'd probably have to say my gut leans that way too, only because Ostad actually has a full complete team versus Mitch's ragdoll bunch, I guess. I don't know. I don't know how you even have 5 wins personally. So we'll see. Watch out for that one. Unfortunately, if Mitch gets to win, he's pretty much guaranteed that 6th seed. So we'll see what happens there. Just kind of keep an eye out. For the rest of you guys, the guys that didn't make the cut, your season is not over. Unless you want that Dookie Bowl trophy, that Jerry Jones ownership award, keep setting that lineup. Keep going. Keep making waiver claims. I know Keith has actually been pushing this whole year. Even though his team has been horrible, he still gets out there, makes waiver claims, and puts his lineup together, which is, it's pretty impressive. So just kind of watch out. Basically how it's going to go, you see your little losers bracket. Whoever's in that very, very last bottom bowl game, and whoever loses that game is our loser of the year. Vice versa, those guys are getting ready to make the playoffs. 1 and 2 seeds are already locked up by yours truly, which we all knew wasn't going to be a surprise. And then your reigning champ Nate has got the number 2 seed. I'm pretty sure Fisher's about to lock up the 3 seed. John's going to go anywhere between 4 and 6. And I'm pretty sure Ostad, as long as he does not, let me look at this, put him at 6 and 6. Yeah, Ostad to miss the playoffs would basically need to crumble this week. He would need to lose, score hardly any points, and then Barrett and Mitch would both have to outscore him to make the push. So I'm pretty sure Ostad's a lock. I can't call him a lock at this point, but he's pretty much as close to a lock. And then, like I said, the other 3 are fighting for that 6th seed. So keep it going, guys. We're almost done. We're almost to the playoffs, which is the most important part, the funnest part. Anything can happen. Anything. It seems like the lower you are seated, the bigger chance you have to win it all. Trust me, I've been the lowest seed and won it all, and pretty sure Nate won it last year as a 5 or 4 seed, something like that. And Barrett made it as a 6 seed. So I mean, anything is possible. Anything is possible. So just keep going, guys. Keep it pushing. Like I said, I kind of gave you just a quick video this week just to give something out there. I'm going to make them a lot more fun when we go into the playoffs. I'll try to think of something to get kind of creative there for that. So, but here we go. Last week before, and at least, like I said, a handful of people got a couple shots at trying to make the playoffs. So that's what I want to see. Not the best records, but at least we got, competition to where everybody's still competing down the stretch. So keep it going. Keep checking those lineups and get on the boards. I know I say that every single week, and only like 2 people do that. Get on the boards and say something. For once, I want to hear Mitch's mouth. Get out there and say something. If you act like you think you're going to make the playoffs, get on the board. Start running that mouth of yours. I know that's the only thing you're good for. So, other than that, guys, have a good fantasy football week, and I'll hit you guys up after this next week with the final tally.